Imagine yourself decades from now. You've lived a full life, seen the world change, loved, lost, learned countless lessons. You're sitting quietly, reflecting on all of it. Now, picture someone asking you, what's the one thing, looking back, that you wish you had done differently? What's your biggest regret? It's a powerful question, isn't it? One that forces us to confront the choices we make today, knowing they will echo through the decades. For many people, for countless individuals who have reached their 80s and beyond, their answer isn't what you might expect. It's not about missed financial opportunities or career achievements or even big adventurous trips they didn't take. While those things might surface, there is one regret that consistently rises above the rest, a poignant theme that weaves through the reflections of those who have truly lived long lives. It's a regret that, if understood now, can fundamentally transform your life, preventing you from carrying the same burden of missed opportunities into your own later years. And in this video, we're going to dive deep into what that biggest regret is, why it's so common, and most importantly, how you can start right now, today, to avoid it entirely. This isn't just about avoiding a negative feeling. It's about unlocking a richer, more fulfilling life in the present. A life you'll look back on with profound gratitude instead of what-ifs. So, settle in, because this conversation could change how you approach every single day from this moment forward. We often spend our lives chasing external markers of success. We're driven by career goals, financial stability, perhaps raising a family, accumulating possessions, or achieving a certain status. And there's nothing inherently wrong with these pursuits. They can bring joy and purpose. But what happens when you've achieved many of these things or perhaps missed out on some, and you find yourself in your later years with more time for introspection? This is when the subtle shifts in priorities occur. The things that once seemed so urgent begin to fade in importance, replaced by a quiet yearning for something else, something deeper. Research, hospice worker accounts, and countless personal testimonials from people in their final decades consistently point to a powerful, recurring theme. It's not about the things they did do, but rather the things they didn't do. And at the top of that list, the most frequently articulated regret is this: I wish I had been brave enough to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Think about that for a moment. It's a powerful statement because it encapsulates so much. It speaks to the countless moments we put other people's expectations, desires, and opinions ahead of our own authentic selves. It's about the silent sacrifices, the compromises, the dreams deferred, and the true passions never pursued, all because of a perceived need to conform, to please, to avoid conflict, or to simply follow the path laid out by society, family, or culture. This regret isn't a single event. It's a mosaic of countless small moments and decisions. It might manifest as a career path chosen for parental approval rather than personal passion. It could be a relationship maintained out of convenience or fear rather than genuine connection. It's the art never created, the song never sung, the business never started, the adventure never embarked upon. All because the inner voice, the authentic self, was silenced by the louder voices of external expectations. Why is this regret so pervasive, especially among those in their 80s? By that age, many of the external pressures that defined earlier life stages have diminished. Financial obligations might be less pressing, children are grown, societal expectations perhaps hold less sway. With the wisdom of hindsight and the looming reality of limited time, the clarity often arrives. I spent too much time living someone else's version of my life. The pain isn't just about what was missed, it's about the erosion of self, the feeling that they never truly knew or expressed who they were meant to be. This regret carries a heavy emotional weight because it implies a fundamental loss of personal identity and freedom. Consider the cumulative effect of these choices. Each time you say yes to something you don't truly want, or no to something your heart aches for, you chip away at your authentic self. Over decades, these chips can become a mountain of unfulfilled potential, a fortress built around your true desires. And in our 80s, When the physical limitations might start to set in, the emotional weight of these unpursued dreams can become crushing. The body might be slowing down, and the mind turns inward, reflecting. And that's when the "I wish I had" statements begin to emerge with heartbreaking frequency. So, how do we avoid this profound regret? The answer isn't a single grand gesture. It's a continuous, often challenging journey of self-discovery and courageous action. It starts by consciously cultivating an awareness of that inner voice, the one that whispers your true desires, your passions, your boundaries. The first step is self-reflection and honest introspection. In our busy lives, we rarely carve out time for true stillness. We're constantly bombarded by noise, both external and internal. To hear your authentic self, you need quiet. Start by dedicating just 10-15 minutes each day to simply sit with yourself. Ask yourself, what genuinely excites me? What brings me true joy, independent of what others think? What are my core values? What would I do if fear, judgment, or financial constraints weren't an issue? Journaling can be incredibly powerful here. Write down your unfiltered thoughts, fears, dreams, and frustrations. Don't edit yourself. This process helps you differentiate your own desires from the ingrained expectations of others. It's about peeling back the layers of conditioning to rediscover the real you. Once you start to identify these authentic desires, the next crucial step is courageous communication and boundary setting. This is often the hardest part because it involves potential conflict or disappointment from others. Living true to yourself doesn't mean becoming selfish or inconsiderate. It means respecting your own needs and values enough to communicate them clearly and set appropriate boundaries. For example, if your family expects you to spend every holiday in a certain way, but your authentic self yearns for a different experience, courageous communication means respectfully expressing that. It might mean saying no to extra responsibilities at work that don't align with your purpose, or yes to a hobby your friends might deem unusual. This isn't about being defiant. It's about being congruent. When your actions align with your values, you build self-respect and cultivate inner peace, which are invaluable as you age. Another vital component is embracing vulnerability and shedding the fear of judgment. The biggest reason we don't live true to ourselves is the fear of what others will think. We fear being seen as different, as failing, as not good enough. But authenticity requires vulnerability. It means showing up as your imperfect, unique self, even if it's not universally applauded. Remember, the people who truly love and support you will appreciate your authenticity. And those who don't, their judgment is a reflection of their own perspectives, not a definitive statement about your worth. When you reach your 80s, the opinions of those who judged you will fade into insignificance, but the regret of not having lived authentically will remain. So practice small acts of vulnerability. Share a passion, express an unpopular opinion respectfully, wear something that makes you feel good, even if it's not trendy. These small acts build confidence in your authentic self. Furthermore, prioritize experiences over possessions. This ties directly into the regret of not living true to oneself. Often, we pursue possessions because we believe they will bring us happiness or status, which are often external validations. But what people in their 80s truly cherish are the memories, the connections, the moments of joy, growth, and adventure. These are the experiences that shape us, expand our horizons, and create a rich tapestry of life. If your authentic self yearns for travel, for learning a new skill, for spending quality time in nature, for volunteering, then make those experiences a priority. Don't wait until you have enough money or enough time. Life is happening now. Start small. Plan that weekend trip, sign up for that class, commit to that cause. These are the deposits you make into your memory bank that will yield immense returns in your later years, far surpassing the value of any material possession. This leads us to nurturing meaningful relationships. While the biggest regret is about living true to oneself, this often manifests within relationships. It's not about cutting people off, but about cultivating relationships where you can be your authentic self, where you feel seen, heard, and supported. It's about investing in the connections that uplift you and gently disengaging from those that drain you or force you to wear a mask. People in their 80s often express regret over not having spent enough quality time with loved ones or not having repaired fractured relationships. True connection allows for vulnerability and mutual support, which are crucial for our well-being and sense of belonging. Make time for the people who truly matter and actively work to foster open, honest communication with them. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, cultivate a growth mindset and embrace change. The idea of living true to yourself isn't static. Who you are at 30 might be different from who you are at 50, and vastly different from who you are at 80. Our authentic self evolves. The regret comes when we cling to an old version of ourselves, or an old expectation, because it feels safe or familiar. Be open to new ideas, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. Learn new skills, even if they seem frivolous. Read widely. Challenge your assumptions. This continuous growth keeps your mind sharp, your spirit vibrant, and ensures that you are always evolving into the most authentic version of yourself rather than getting stuck in a rut. When you are constantly learning and adapting, you are less likely to look back with regret, because you are actively participating in your own unfolding life story. The biggest regret people have in their 80s: I wish I had been brave enough to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me, serves not as a source of despair, but as a powerful compass. It's a profound message from the future, urging us to reevaluate our priorities, to listen to our inner voice, and to cultivate the courage to live authentically today. Don't wait until you're reflecting on decades past to start living the life you truly desire. The time is now. Every small act of authenticity, every brave decision to honor your true self, is a step away from regret and a step towards a life filled with meaning, purpose, and profound contentment. You have the power to write your own story, one where you look back not with sorrow for what was missed, but with immense pride and joy for the life you dared to live.